Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it. Two cities.
Shout out Liban.
Yeah.
Somali homies. Somali
Listen, man, this is my shit.
Touch your body for me like a soccer goalie.
Wallahi wodi.
Allah told me Babylon still owe me
Alimony. This that shit, boy.
Happy Ramadan. Run up on the OG, they gon'
Yes,
burn me
sir.
to the
Yes,
bone.
sir,
Bringing home the
man.
bacon,
To all my
Somali
Muslim
homies.
brothers, man. Happy
Assalamu
Ramadan.
alaikum to all my Somali homies.
Yes, sir, man. Pray for all of us, man. We need that shit.
Feel like you in Africa. City getting blacker, but crackers getting nervous.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a Somali Jew?
Wow. Never.
I got a couple of Jewish
My
Somali
neighborhood
homies.
Have you met an Ethiopian? The real black Jews, though.
Coppers watching us with
Nah? Oh, man.
Oh, wait, that Ethiopian real black Jew?
Oh, yeah.
I've been to Israel.
Yes, sir.
I've seen the black,
Yeah, they flew him from back home and dropped him in Israel.
Yeah, and they make them join the military and police the streets.
Yes, sir, man. The shit they're doing to them that's a different conversation. Yes, sir. Two cities, one mic.
Catch your body for me like a soccer goal.
I got a special guest today. Yo, listen, man. I'm excited about this episode. We on episode 4. I ain't gonna lie. This might be my top, man. This my favorite episode.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to top this one, bro.
I ain't even started yet. I got a legend in the building, a pioneer, bro. Somebody that I've been looking up to 10 years, and he don't even know it. Pen game different. A lot of people try to classify him as local. He's beyond that, man. He can compete with anybody in the game, and I mean that. A lot of cats out here look up to him. A lot of people try to copy him. He's a father, hardworking man, true to the game. Like I said, one of the illest ones. I got my brother Muja Masai. How you doing, man?
Probably top 2 greatest intros of all time. Thank you.
Oh,
That was
man,
amazing.
man, you
all the acknowledgments and all the real shit. I appreciate it.
You deserve more, man. And listen, I know I was kind of saying it to you when you came in. I really, really appreciate you taking your time, knowing that you got real life things going outside of this shit we do. Taking the time to even acknowledge my message and be here to do this with me, bro. I respect that, man. That means a lot to me.
And you told me be here at 8 o'clock. What time did I call you? 8:01.
Right at 8 o'clock, I texted him. He said, I'm here.
I don't play the late game.
Not I'm parking, not I'm pulling up. He said, I'm here. So that says a lot, right?
Well, let's not forget the fact that I had to cancel last time.
It's all good, man. I believe in everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Maybe last episode was not supposed to happen. I'm happy that we made it happen today. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Y'all heard that intro, man. Somali homies. You know, that's my people, man. I'm from East Africa, to be exact, Ethiopia. And you say a lot of things in that song, man, that really warms my heart. That should touch my heart, because I relate to that, right? Talk to me about that. How that song come about? Like before that, you know, I used to think for a minute, I used to think you were Ethiopian or from Somali.
Yeah. People think I'm a Muslim, Somali, Ethiopian, a Crip, Vice Lord, a Republican. You know, I'm everything, but I'm nothing.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm very racially ambiguous. You know, whatever country I'm in, they come up to me and talk in their native language because, you know, we all kind of, you know, even the cameraman look like Blake Griffin. You know,
That's right.
He could be Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican. You know what I'm saying? He kind of look like Blake Griffin and Canelo Alvarez.
I love that. Shout out my brother Connor, man.
So I got tired of hearing black people from the United States say I love everybody, but fuck Somalis. I don't
Yeah.
like Somalis. I had cousins, I had friends, and it kind of resonated with me after. So it took a while to to hit me.
Yeah.
That narrative was going around. Fuck Somali, they rude. Fuck some, and I grew up with Liberians and Nigerians, and later on, I remember when the first Somali landed.
Yeah.
Riverside used to be poor white people. You know what I'm saying? They got them crackers up out of there.
That's
Um,
real.
and I seen the migration take place, just like the Liberian migration in Brooklyn Park. So uh, I always um, welcome new ideas, new cultures, new ethnicities, new people, new religions with open arms. I've always been like that because I'm curious about life,
Yeah.
and I like to learn. And my children um, grew up with Somalis.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up. I grew up with Liberians. They grew up with Somalis. So I don't like people talking shit about African people,
That's real.
especially if you ain't never been. Shut the fuck up with that shit. So after a while, I kind of got mad. But instead of responding in a bitter tone, I wanted to pay homage and make an anthem.
Man,
So so
you
that's
did
where
your
that came from.
you did your thing, and I really appreciate you acknowledging that because you look at the Somali community, right? I mean, we have the most Somali uh, community in the whole United States in Minneapolis, right?
And Liberian.
And Liberian, right? And they work their ass off, man. If you look at their
Yeah,
businesses, how tight they are, right? I mean, look at the airport. It's nothing but Ethiopians and Somalians, right?
man, you go to the Benz dealership, you go buy Acura. Guess who's in the waiting room to get their car? Some two Somali families.
Somalis
They
or
getting
Toyota
that. They
Camrys.
can't. They getting that paper, man, and they ain't wasting no time. And people, oh, that's because they get tax breaks and they shut. No, man, they know they come here and they take advantage of it every day when they wake up. They're not out here complaining. They don't. We as complacent United States citizens could learn a thing or two from immigrants
Yeah.
instead of talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
match they hustle and they drive, and I definitely get motivated by Somali people.
I love that, man. So speaking of that, you're not from Riverside area, are you? Where exactly you from? I know I've heard you speaking on a couple of interviews.
I'm from Brooklyn Dark,
Brooklyn Dark. Were you
Brooklyn Park.
Park? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Were you born in Brooklyn Park?
No, I was born in Waukegan, Illinois, and I pronounce the S in Illinois. I don't care what nobody says. There's an S there. I'm gonna pronounce it. But I was born in Illinois. I grew up in California till I was about 4 or 5, and then we moved here. Um, my father at the time, my father at the time,
Yeah.
he's dead now, so he's no
Yeah.
longer he's in a better
Rest in
place.
peace. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I lost 3 fathers in the last 2 years, but
Yes,
I got
sir.
one left. But um, he moved to Milwaukee. My mom moved to Minnesota when they split up, and my cousins who lived in Milwaukee migrated here. So when I was about 4 years old, we came here and then set up shop in Brooklyn Park and North Side, and had family over south and in St. Paul. So I'm kind of like all over.
All over the place. That's funny you say that, right? Because for a minute, and I'm sure a lot of people think this too. I used to think you were from the South Side.
Well, I moved to the South Side when I left home at like 15 years old,
Mm.
and as soon as I got a taste of the South Side, um, soon as I went to the McDonald's uptown, it was over. I was like, I was hooked.
That's dope, man. So you kind of brought it up, speaking about family, your pops, your mom. I was watching your interview. Shout out my brother Tavy and Tony on the new Twin City. And one thing I really noticed is you talked a lot about your mom, right? And talk to me about that relationship. And the reason why I'm asking is my mom is my best friend, right? I tell my mom Dukes literally everything. I call her morning, nighttime, during lunch, and I tell her about my day, right? And she actually prays for me as well. And it's kind of some of the things you mentioned. How's that relationship? How's that bond?
My ex-wife used to call her mom every day. It
Yeah.
used to be like I gotta call my mom, and you know they're a close knit Puerto Rican family. It's more of in the United States we don't call our parents. Our parents are a burden to us.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, shut the fuck up, leave me alone. And in other communities and countries, they they have respect. So I used to be the asshole and be like, "Why you calling your mom all the time? Why you gotta check in with your mom?" And instead of complaining about it, I learned from it, and I began to bond with my mom as well over the years after I watched her do that and build and saw the relationship she had with her parents, and I respected that. So I honed a new relationship with my honed, is that a word? I honed the relationship. I forged a new relationship
Yeah. Yeah.
with my mom over the years, and I like you said, I talk to her 2 or 3 times a day. I tell her everything. Why you don't date that girl? I really like. Shut up, mom. You don't date her. I date her.
That's real, right? And moms want the best for us, to be honest, right?
I got a song called "Call Your Mom" on Cooler Heads Prevail,
Yes, sir.
and it's about how you need to call your fucking mom.
How old is your mom?
72.
Word. Okay, my mom just turned 70, so that's kind of like the age where you got to check in almost every
They,
day,
they, they,
right?
they, they get more important as they get older, right?
And needy as well, if
Oh
that's the word.
God,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh my
right.
God. I'd be like, what?
Yeah,
I'm just okay. You just talked to me 2 hours ago.
that's dope, man. So, same thing from the last interview. Speaking about your pops. I know you have a new child, right? How old?
Should be 4 April 10th.
4. Wow, time flew, brother. I ain't even gonna
She
lie.
was, she wasn't even born in that last interview. No, I'm just, but yeah, she's
Wow.
she'll be 4, man, and
So 2019, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she's a pandemic baby.
Wow, COVID did a lot. Cause I'm in my head, I'm thinking like 2, right?
She just started. As she got about 3.5,
Yeah.
she just started coming out of her shell, and she's a baby of the pandemic, which means don't touch me, don't talk to me, go over there, got a mask on, move. So she's just now starting to come out of her shell and enjoy her. And now she's always enjoyed herself. She knows how to enjoy herself, but enjoy people. She's discovering people as of late because of the fake pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, COVID did a lot to these kids. I mean, a lot to us. Listen, before we get a little deep in this conversation, I just want to say, Two Cities, One Mic is sponsored by Tuzzy's Juice Bar. I got you a pineapple orange juice, and this is my other flavor for smoothies, strawberry wasted. So there's bananas, strawberry, raspberry, and some peach in here. I want you to try it out. Let me know what you think. Listen, man, like I said before, I don't know if y'all work out. Me and my lady work out, and this is what we prefer after workout. Right when we wake up, you want something fresh from local ingredients. We'll be coming at your door soon. Delivery will be starting soon. Tuzzy's Juice Bar.
Salud, my brother.
Salute. So continue, continuing speaking about fresh.
It tastes like it tastes like Ethiopia before the Italian invasion.
I love it, man. Shout out to Adwa, man. So continuing speaking about your kid, right? So talk to me about fatherhood, and by that I mean, you had kids.
Do you have kids?
I don't, right?
How old are you?
I am 29.
Fatherhood is the most important thing in the world, and I got some homies that's in their 40s and late 30s who don't have kids, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? Go bust a nut in something. I don't care who. No, I take that back because a terrible baby mother will ruin your life. So I take that back. Don't bust a nut in any old scallywag.
That's real.
Speaking of moms,
You can't be busting that in your scallywag.
Um, but have children. The purpose of life is to
Multiply.
work, be happy, and have children,
Yeah.
and add something that wasn't here before you got here. You know what I'm saying? And the greatest contribution you can make to society is your legacy, which is your children, and it's the greatest. I mean, if you can't have kids, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I get it, and everybody doesn't like kids, but I don't like kids, and I love kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't
Yeah.
like kids, but I love kids, and being a father is the most important job in the world, and it's the greatest gift you can give to yourself.
So saying that right, you had your two kids in your early mid 20s,
I had twins when I was 19,
19
boy and a girl,
versus
Niani and Nazim, and then now I had a baby when I was 44. So I got to be the cool young dad and the cool old dad, and it's definitely much better to be the cool old dad. You know,
word.
you definitely want to take your time when having children because it ain't nothing to take for granted, you know. And when you're young, you take life for granted. So, you know, I would say, you know, you're the perfect time, 31, 32. Find you, you know, as men, we're not on a biological clock for having kids. We can have kids
Yeah.
whenever, but as women, you know, you can't just have kids whenever you want. So, you know, but it seems like every girl got a kid now. It's hard to find a single girl without a baby.
Yeah. And there's more women in the world, right?
I met a girl with 3 kids and 5 baby daddies. I said, how the
Oh,
hell did that happen?
ooh, that's that's different. So speaking about kids, fire, huh?
Fire.
I love that for you, brother. Thank you. So speaking about kids, how are you dealing with co-parenting, right? And like, I got a lot of homies. I got a lot of people asking me, man, how do I deal with this, right? So I assume you're not still in a relationship where with the mother of your kid.
No, it's a bitch. But it's a bitch to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I have to respect her wishes because you know the mother comes first. I remember I forgot. I think it was Chris Rock that said, "When the house burns down, ain't nobody gonna wake up daddy. They gonna go get mama." You know what I'm saying? We call our mom first and our dad
Hmm.
second. You know what I'm saying? So she needs to be with with her mama the majority of the time. And seeing my kid, you know, on the weekends gives you a perspective of how fast they grow.
Hmm.
You know, when you see them every day, you take that growth. You know you don't take it into consideration. But when kids grow so fast every week, they're bigger, they're heavier, they saying things they weren't saying last week. They like something new. It's crazy the development that happens within 7 days of a child. So um, co-parenting is tough, man. But it is what it is. I'm in a great place right now where I separate my emotions from reality, and it is what it is. I just roll with the punches, man. Like, you know, you roll up on white boy roll up on the side of me, got road rage, and calls me the N word. I'm trying to get to point B. I'm
B.
at
Yeah.
point A. I'm at point B. There's nothing that's gonna veer me off course. It is what it is. If I gotta go to court, if I gotta do, man, I went to court yesterday. I had court for this other bullshit ass case. I was not custody court, and I logged in early. Zoom court. If you're going to do a crime, do it in Washington County. There are very nice people there.
Are they?
But not that I did a crime, but allegedly.
Yes,
But I
sir. Yes,
logged
sir.
in. I logged in at 1:54. I was done with court at 1:59. Amazing. Technology's a motherfucker. Last time I used to go to court, man, we'd have to sit at the courtroom for 6 hours.
You got to hear other people's bullshit, then get to your shit. Isn't that crazy, huh? So, what kind of advice, would you give these young men, man, that's stressing about co-parenting, that's stressing about trying to figure that out, especially people that are younger than you?
You
What would
talking
you
about
say?
as far as not being able to see their children?
That, or just even communicating, right? With the mother and just trying to be the best you can for the kid.
Uh, let's agree to disagree.
Mm.
Let's uh, let's not make this about us.
Yeah.
This is about the kid. But with relationships, it's tricky because the reason it didn't work out is because of something that happened.
Mm.
And one, either the guy or the girl, 9 times out of 10, it's the damn girl don't want to give up the. No, I'm just kidding. It's either the woman or the man. It's 50-50. The woman or the man doesn't want to forget what happened,
Yeah.
so they hold a grudge. And when you hold grudges, that interferes in the relationship between the parents and the children. Now it's affecting parenting time, and that particular parent is not taking the child into consideration. They're still mad at some old shit, and that's what life's about.
Yeah.
How you react, and it's not about what happens to you. It's about how you react. What happens to you, and you gotta if you wanna be happy in a relationship, in life, at your job, with your hobby, whatever. You gotta have a short memory, and you gotta dust yourself off and keep going. And it's tomorrow's another day. If you sit around bitter or mad or something, that's how. If you can't forgive and forget and move on, that's stalling the whole development of everybody involved in the situation. So I can't give I can't give advice as a whole
Yeah.
to men because everybody's situation is different,
Different.
and a lot of times they're blaming somebody else when it's their fault.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, but what I would just say is the best advice that I would get is get a mediator and stop talking to that motherfucker,
That's right.
and come up with who's somebody that we could talk to,
Yeah.
that you trust and I trust, that can be the medium between us.
Yeah.
Cause I'm tired of talking to your ass.
Especially for the sake of the kid, right?
Absolutely.
So listen, before we go too far, Two Cities, One Mic is sponsored by Wonder Clothing Brand. Hottest shit in the city, hottest clothing brand. Shout out my brother DJ Mac Timms, man. He's been working his ass off, getting that shit off to
DJ Mac
y'all.
Timms.
So if you want to get some merch, go to shopwonder.com. They got every color you can think of. Check them out.
Is that where you got the hoodie?
This actually my shit. My brother got right there his own brand, Wonder Clothing Brand. You know what I mean? We work as a family, so yes, sir. We're gonna promote our own shit, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So shopwonder.com, get your gear. So let's talk about the music, right? I know we touched a little bit on, family and kids and things of that nature. The other day I seen you post uh, saying what my favorite artist, but does Muja have a Minneapolis or St. Paul favorite artist
Duh. Duh. My
besides your
son.
kid? Yeah. That's why I said I seen you posted. I know
It's
he.
not because he's my son either. For years, I was telling niggas, shut up. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
It got to a point where he won me over, and not
yeah,
only won me over, but became my favorite. So it's not on some nepotism shit. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell my kids, I don't believe in telling kids they can be anything they want. I'm like, no, you can't, nigga. You're not finna go to the NBA. You're 5'8". You got short arms. You got an 18-inch vertical. Shut up.
yeah. That's real.
You're,
So
you're gonna be an accountant.
beside beside Nazim, who do you look at? Like when you get on IG, or who do you on with intention do you go search on YouTube from the city?
Why you put me on the spot like that? From the city? I don't know. I
Ooh.
I I who do I like from the city? There's people that I like. I like it's not so much the music, it's the energy and the vibe,
Yeah.
and they're good peoples. Um, as far as the music right now, um, nobody's doing that shit I want to hear. Kobe,
That last shit he dropped was
he
crazy.
reminds me of Dolly Fine. It's Kobe and it's Dolly. He reminds me of Dolly. My guy who rest in peace, Dolly used to be in. When I hear his shit,
Yeah.
he almost makes me want to go to the studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He catches my teeth. He has a sophisticated anger.
Yeah. And the sound is just it's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
Plus the pen game.
and I like Kaleem.
Okay.
Kaleem is
That's my little brother, man. I
yeah,
nourished them, man. Him, Juice, Khalid, they're
yeah.
my
Me and
dogs.
his father are definitely came up together and our brothers.
Yes, sir. Shout out to him.
Uh Kaleem is dope, and my favorite rapper, almost not even just in the city, but of all time, was Lexi. You know, like I
Rest,
was, I was,
rest in
uh,
peace, baby girl, man.
I
Yeah.
was, I used to listen to her and be like, "What the fuck?" And we went over her house, and I asked her brother. Her brother was like, her big brother. He was like, "We all used to rap together, and then one day she just killed us. We just all stopped rapping." It's like, just let her rap.
She's on a different game, right?
Yeah, she was on another level. So as far as the city goes, she's probably like my all-time favorite rapper. That was from there. Her and Dodie Five. And yeah, all my favorite rappers is dead, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. So, speaking about the
There
city,
go one of my favorite rappers right there,
yes,
man.
sir.
The
Young
nigga,
in
the
the
nigga, the
building.
nigga with the what's it called the what's it called when you sneeze? What I mean when I'll think of the word. It's
No,
the easiest word in the world. But
yes,
the
sir,
nigga's
man.
smile, the nigga's smile is
Contagious.
the contagious smile,
I
not
love
sneeze.
that.
You don't sneeze when another nigga sneeze. That's the wrong. You know, yeah. But no, he has a very contagious smile.
Yeah.
You can't be walking around depressed around Juice
Yeah,
Lord, man.
yes, sir. One of the young ones. He just had First Ave, 7th Street on a Monday night.
On Smash on a Monday.
Went crazy, right?
I would have went, but I had to work.
It's all good, brother. We had you there on Spirit, man.
No, I wasn't there in spirit. I was there on Instagram.
That's I love that, man. So, continuing speaking about the music scene out here, how do I hear this word all the time, man, and sometimes I'm tired of it, sometimes I question it. How do you feel about gatekeeping? What does that even mean to Muja?
If anybody says that, that's not somebody that I would want to talk to, be friends with, or go into business with. If you, it's like anxiety.
Mm,
It can exist if you want it to.
yeah,
It's an illusion. There's no such thing as gatekeeping. There's no such thing as anxiety. The reason why kids have anxiety is because they drink coffee at 8 years old,
yeah, yeah,
and they play video games where they kill each other all day, and they listen to that goddamn hip hop.
yeah,
The ops are coming for me.
yeah.
But no, there's no such thing as gatekeeping.
And throughout your career, right, you've never felt like somebody was keeping you from, because that's kind of what I'm noticing, right? When they talk about gatekeeping, people not being able to perform at certain venues.
So build your own fucking venue.
Yeah,
Like 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 the world is too big
yeah,
to be complaining about what somebody won't let you do.
that's real.
That's also that's just some young shit. You know, it's easy for me to say because maybe I felt like that at the time before social media. So I did. Luckily, I never tweeted no dumb shit like that. But
Yeah,
I've never thought anybody was holding me back. I mean, maybe people I worked with that wasn't doing their job.
yeah, yeah,
Then, hey man, send an email to this nigga 2 days later. Oh, I forgot. That's gatekeeping.
that's real.
Nigga, you didn't send the email to that nigga yet? So, So there's no such thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, you one of the ones, man. You've been in this game for a minute, and I love that about you. I respect that. So when you're comparing the current scene of music in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area versus how you came up, what differences do you see? What similarities do you see, or is there even such thing?
Uh, I mean, it's just, it's not even, it's not, see, we don't have to talk about, I mean, the Twin Cities is a microcosm of what's going on in the world,
Hmm.
what's going on in the United States with music as a whole. So anything that's going on here is what's going on in music, and what's going on is it's the same thing. The difference is the lack of originality,
Hmm.
and it's the I like that nigga, so I'ma sound like that nigga. I like that. I like it, like even the chicks. They all move the same. They their mannerisms. They flick their hair the same. They rap the same. The ad libs are the same. Like um um you have even thinking of like De La Soul. I was watching them on Jimmy Fallon the other day, and they came out at a time when hip hop was a little slightly stagnated as well.
Yeah.
And then when you have three people that come out like that, so original, somebody has to come break the mold. So it's just we're just waiting on somebody to come break the mold. But it's tough because you don't even in politics or like the NBA or like hip hop. I don't see you don't see somebody on the rise. You don't
Yeah.
see the development of what's to come.
Yeah.
There's always this young dude's coming and he's coming to take the crown and he's coming up. But who's gonna save the nation after Joe Biden dies in his sleep?
Yeah.
We don't have no. There's no Pete Buttigieg. You gonna vote for Pete Buttigieg?
Yeah.
Ron DeSantos?
Yeah.
There's no development of. There's no G League
Yeah.
for life. We got the tall dude, 7'7" nigga. Maybe he'll save the NBA, but you know what's gonna save the NBA? Defense.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna save the WNBA? Lowering the rim to 9 feet. Nobody want to see that shit until these girls can dunk, man.
I
You know
love
what's
that.
gonna save boxing?
Yeah.
Fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why the UFC thrives. There's a reason why certain industries are popping. And the thing is with rap music, if it's working, why won't they put million? If Uzi worked, why not put 5 million into the next Uzi?
Mm.
Just like the movies. Why are we gonna think of something else? Let's just do Star Trek 17. Let's just do Fast and Furious 9.
Hmm.
Uh, why think of something else? Why not just sample a song from 2 years ago? That's the. It's not even just music. It's the way society is. Right. You can look at the state of society by just going to see the top 10 movies on Netflix every day. I'll be like, wow, the fuck? How the fuck did a million people watch fucking Mel Gibson
Yeah.
and Vince Vaughn, and it's the number one movie, and who the fuck is sitting at home watching that shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's real, and that's a great perspective, man. So you know, in the last 3 years, a lot had happened, right? Not just COVID, but uh, you look at the South Side, you look at St. Paul. Um, rest in peace, George Floyd. We went through it, man. We seen it all, right? And just that itself, has it done anything to the music scene out here? Because I see a lot of things pop in. I see, compared to 2019, 18, I've been in this game 15 years, brother. So I see a lot changing, right?
I like how you talk like you're old, man. He's like, I'm an old 29-year-old.
Yes. But I just feel like, I've been in it for too long. So I got to always say that shit. A lot of people try to minimize that.
Yeah, as a young man, I get what you're saying. As a young man, they try to play you on that shit. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes,
this
sir.
ain't your first rodeo, goddamn.
Not at all.
You ain't no spring chicken.
Not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you see has it affected the death of George Floyd?
All I saw was a 50 niggas go film a video on 38th in Chicago. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but I got an album coming out called Black Don't Crack, a cautionary tale live from the uprise that's going to shake the
Excited about it,
world, and
man.
it's
I've been
going
hearing you
to
speaking about it.
it's gonna touch on that topic, man, and because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Even the eyes of other cities, right? I remember I go to Dallas, Texas, and people are like, "You from where? Where? Minnesota?" You know. But I went back to Africa
And they
last
said
year.
George Floyd,
What? That was all the conversation was about the
you burned
right.
down the police station. You niggas crazy.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How does that make you feel being from Minneapolis, man?
Uh, when I was growing up in the 50s, in the 40s and 50s, when I was growing up, niggas would lie and say they're from Chicago
Yeah.
and they had been living here. We be in 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade. They had been living here since they was 2 years old, but they talking about they from Chicago, they from Milwaukee, or they from wherever. Nobody wanted to claim this city. I remember when it was embarrassing to be from here, and my generation is kind of the ones that made it cool
Yeah.
to be from Minneapolis and St. Paul. Well, not St. Paul, but St. Paul's cool now. I would never live in Minneapolis again. St. Paul's the shit.
Yeah.
I'm late to the party, but shit, St. Paul is the best kept secret. No, the best kept secret is Malamida. That's like a beach town, nigga.
Word.
But now we got worldwide recognition because
Yeah.
of what happened.
Yeah.
And it was bound to happen because the police here are evil.
Yeah. That's crazy. So let's dig a little bit deep into the music side, right? Man, the last I don't know how long you've been doing it, but the last 2 months I've been enjoying Messiah Mondays. I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit's clever. I love it, the consistency, and obviously you dropping fire shit, right? Never miss one. How did that come up about? What were you doing? What were you thinking when you just like, you know what, on Mondays I'm gonna drop?
That came up during the pandemic. I went 33 weeks in a row
Mm,
during the pandemic, and I just wanted to get my shit off, man. And I just was like, we couldn't go nowhere, so I just started doing videos on my patio, and it just turned into a thing. And I'd be in my pajamas, I'd be in some fly shit, or I'd be raking the leaves, but like we couldn't go anywhere. So I went 32 weeks in a row, and the only reason I stopped is because I just got bored with the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I started to back up just to promote this new wave of music I got coming out, and just to bring awareness to the issues at hand. That because anything I ever drop is gonna have a subliminal meaning behind it. It's not just. I'm not the empty music guy. I'm not the shake your booty nigga. So you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. Not the, I want to shake my booty sometimes. You know what I'm saying. I'm not. I like underlay, mala mila, oh.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, Messiah Monday started just, yo, let's do something like every week you drop something new. Like, what if you did like Messiah Monday, Muja? No, what if you do Muja Monday? Nah,
Mm,
Muja Monday, Messiah Monday. Oh yeah, and then just attack some of my favorite beats that oh I wait till you hear this shit. I just did baby got straps. Sir Mix It Out, baby got. She like big guns and I cannot lie. Fuck with me and my bitch, you done. When my girl walk in with a light brown face and a pretty, you don't think she got a gun on her waist, but she does. But she does. licking bullets with her tongue. That gunpowder got her sprung. Bob Marley shot this sheriff. My broad Somali Arab. She's crazy, crazier than Hitler, but she don't hate niggas. Oh, it's fire.
Wild,
It's fire.
wild.
Nigga, we did Baby Got Back. Nigga, my baby got straps. Wiggling her pistol at the bitches in the back.
And that's dropping Monday.
No, I still gotta do. I just linked up with I just linked up with because I got the idea from. I'm saying too much, but anyway,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen
yeah,
some
yeah.
of the homies, some of the Somali homies, with the male female counterparts, and they
Yeah.
have a lot of pistols.
Yes, sir.
And I got inspired, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to do the video. But no, that's gonna. But my point is that I'm just having fun with it and
I
just
love
trying to
it.
remix and do different shit. But yeah, when I dropped it, my baby got straps. Niggas ain't ready for that shit, man.
That's dope, man. Listen, before we go too deep into the music, uh, Two Cities, One Mic is sponsored by Driven Media. Look, man, if you're trying to look this fly, if you're trying to have a great content, great rollout, if you just need a space to do a photo shoot, uh, hit them up. Driven Dream Media, everywhere on social, on .com. They'll get you together. So, what I really want to dive into is Eleutheria. How you say that?
Eleutheria.
Eleu- Listen, man, me and my lady, we've been listening to that day one. It dropped hard, man. I mean, I think I know you always do, but you go over niggas' head. You got a lot of shit in there. Talk to me about that, man. I feel like I know Omar after listening to that album.
Oh man, hey man, we gotta get coffee, Ethiopian coffee.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I like I see why you get offended when you have to stay been in 15 years because you do have an old soul. But yeah, no, that's very you say very kind, compassionate things that old people say.
Yeah, I
You said I
love
feel
that.
like I know Omar.
I do, and
That's
I
amazing.
really, the other reason why I wanted you here is the world needs to know about Omar, right? So today I want you to give us a little background on Omar, where this album came about. Because when I seen you on the new Twin City, I'm thinking you were gonna drop that album you just spoke about George Floyd and whatnot. So this came out of nowhere for me. I've been waiting for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was like,
Well,
oh,
I did the Cooler Has Prevailed, the romantic comedy, the Messiah Monday, this album, all that to kind of lead up to Black Don't Crack because I wanted a rollout. So but Omar, like you asked me, what was it like me growing up rapping, and what was it like now? Now there's a misunderstanding that views, likes, and money means you're good.
yeah,
And back in the days, you would be battle tested, and the one person that's gonna battle test you is Omar. And if you say you rhyme and you standing outside the city center, and you walking downtown and you rap and you think he's gonna run up on you and embarrass you,
yeah,
and then he freestyle. His freestyle sound like written. And he be rapping like, did you write that? No, I'm just thinking something. Like he didn't rap like, yo, it's a brick wall. Yo, I'm drinking juice, not alcohol. Like he didn't freestyle like you hear a nigga freestyle, oh, listen, he freestyle like, yo, keep going, bro. Like,
yeah,
and he was the one or two people that I wouldn't even battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I battle anybody, but I wouldn't battle. He tried to battle me one one day, and it was a beware a dog sign, and he was like, he followed me all the way home. He was like, battle me.
yeah.
At the time, my name was A Lot of Soul.
A lot of soul.
A lot of soul. ALADA soul. A lot of soul.
Yes, sir.
Battle me, a lot of soul. Battle. I'm like, nah, man. And he was like, "Oh, you scared? Something, something. You see that sign? Beware a dog. Well, you got something, something. Beware a God. There's something, something." So he was so hard. He used to rap in Arabic. He was Muslim. He is Muslim, and he would rap in Arabic too. And so he had like a cheat code. Just a scary individual, but real jolly, a jolly good fellow.
Yeah. And how long y'all been friends? Talk to me about that relationship. Where'd y'all meet? What type of
We
person
just
was
met outside rapping.
were
People, you would literally wake up, go downtown, and find a group of niggas and just start rapping.
yeah,
That's how it used to be. Yo, you rap? Yeah, let me hear something. Boom.
that's
Next
dope.
thing you know, you smoking blunts, and that's your homie.
And
But if he was whack,
no,
he wasn't your homie. Now, all the whack niggas is homies.
homies, that's real. That's actually a great perspective. So, before he got locked up, did y'all have like how long of a relationship did y'all have before that?
I think he got locked up in '97. We was friends
Mm,
since like '92, '93.
wow, wow. And so he's been in there what 20 plus?
Yeah, yeah. And he had been calling me, and we had me and White Hennessy had a whole bunch of songs, and we noticed that a certain number of songs was all touching on the same topic as
Mm,
far as jail and freedom and whatnot. And so he has been singing me songs over the phone. And I'm like, yo, why don't you be on this album? They'll put those songs to the side. Yo, why don't you be on this album? What you mean? We're gonna record you over the phone. So that's how it came about, man. And I needed a title,
yeah.
and I just did some research, and I didn't want to call it. And I want to call it Freedom or Hell or uh, you know Behind Bars. I was gonna call it Bullet Points, and
Mm,
I was just doing some research, and the Greek goddess of freedom stuck out to me.
yeah.
So I made her black and put her on the back
Mm.
because Greece is Northern Africa anyway until the Republicans stole it.
Yeah. Talk that
So
shit.
so that's how it came about, man. And I did something for him, but and he thanks me and whatnot. But he did something for me,
Yeah.
and it's one hand washes the other, and uh, he gave me a sense of purpose he gave me a plight.
Yeah.
That's a great word, plight.
Yeah. That's dope. So, when I be listening to your shit, sometimes I be worried for you because, like I said, some of the shit you say is probably going over niggas' heads. And I say this to say, do you ever feel like your music gets you in trouble? Like, do you ever feel like, oh damn, like I'm I'm saying a lot of crazy shit. And I say that to say because on one of the songs, I believe it was Compensation. I think when you started out and you're asking him like, man, do you want your first name or you want your full name on that shit, right?
You sound like you knocked down the towers,
I mean,
nigga.
nobody. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, my father-in-law, he's just, don't fucking say that shit, man. My stepdad used to be like, why you don't make a hit? Waste time with that bullshit. So, no, as you can tell from just hanging out with me,
Yeah.
my whole life is based on getting a kick out of people, getting a reaction out of people, just saying some off the wall shit.
Mm.
That's just me in real life, and that's how I've always been. And I just want to say, I say what people are thinking, but I'm scared to say, or or would never say.
Mm.
I'm not even scared, just wouldn't say that. Like, and it comes with a price. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? I do. My inner monologue is very thin. So
Yeah.
I might offend or I might say some things, and okay, now you went too far. But I run certain bars through my daughter or through my chick
Mm.
or did I go too far? Because I just don't want to. I don't care if I offend white people or the government or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to offend black women and um, and women. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's
So
dope.
so I do check in sometimes with certain. I mean,
The important people.
yeah, and I could go further. For as far as I go, I could go further. But no, I enjoy that. I want people to listen, good or bad, whether they like it or not. I want people to go, the
That
fuck
nigga
did he just
crazy.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like what the fuck?
And I'm only saying that knowing the state of the music. because you say white people, I mean, you know, whether it's labels or booking, do you ever feel like going back to that gatekeeping, right? Do you ever feel like, dang, did I go too far? Is this stopping me from?
Absolutely. I mean, I
Yeah.
rap about freeing Palestine. You think? I
Mm.
mean, I'm not the most bookable artist in the world,
Yeah.
but I'm beyond that. I never rapped. I started out rapping. I had the best bars, I started out rapping the best bars about the tree. Uh, the first one of the first rap songs I ever wrote in fifth or sixth grade was Black History. Was the remix of I think Run DMC Black History.
Mm.
I had a rhyme about Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been a KRS-One Public Enemy type nigga.
Yes, sir.
I've never been a, you know, I've never chased the hits.
Yeah.
I've never chased the sound. I've never tried to. I'm a love me or leave me alone type of dude in life in general.
Yeah.
So I've always had a political affiliation in my music.
That's pretty dope. So, and like I said, man, I've been running that shit honestly since it dropped, and I really wish hearing Bro's voice. Speaking of Omar, I really wish he was in the studio with you recording, right? Because there is one song. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, that I can't get it out of my head. Because I wake up and say emotional.
He'll call me. You have a collect call from him? I'll be like, "What's up, bro?" He'd be like, "Peace." I'll be like, "Emotional last
He did that on purpose,
night."
bro, because that shit literally stays in my head rent free. Like I wake up and tell my girl about everything, emotional. That touches your soul. It's different, man. And I wish, like I said, I wish he was in the studio with you because I know the vibe would have been different.
I told several people. I said, like I was talking to Keith Ellison. Keith Ellison was actually his lawyer
Mm,
when he got locked up. So I'm like, I want you to hear the album, and you can't really understand what he's saying, but you know what he's saying because you can feel the emotion, because you
yeah,
can feel the
yeah,
emotional. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as important to decipher what he's saying, but you know he's saying some shit.
100%. So another song that really kind of honestly opened out my eye was, I believe it's called Freedom or Hell. And there's a line, not even a line, there's a lot of things you said in there. Pretty much, you talked about the time that you got locked up. I don't know for how long it was. And you called him and you was
And I'm complaining to him.
complaining to him.
I'm complaining to him that I was in jail for 2 days.
Crazy. To somebody, I think you said somebody that's been in there half their life.
Yeah.
How that made you feel?
Yeah, that really happened. And after I was talking to him, I was just like, I sound I sound like an idiot. My bad, bro. How you doing? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, but I told him he called. I said, "How you doing?" He said, "Man, I'm having a terrible day. It's
Mm.
not it's just fucked up." I said, "Well, you get out in 7 years. Go tell a nigga doing life without parole that you're having a terrible day." He said, "What?" Yeah, and then tell a nigga that's doing life without parole to go tell a nigga he killed that he's having a terrible day. See, there's levels to that shit. You have to be grateful. There's levels to being grateful. So I don't want to hear about your terrible day right now, nigga.
That's real. I really learned a lot from that, right? Because I wake up and think about that and I say, I go to work, I complain. I said, nigga, what you complaining about? You got a full time job, you got a car, you got an income coming
Now,
in.
if you ain't got no legs or no feet,
That's different.
yeah, you can complain to me all you want. I'm gonna be like, I feel you, my nigga.
Yeah.
Uh, you're in my thoughts and prayers. That's why I don't like when people say I don't like hope all is well, Tex, or
Mm.
hey, how you been? Like if I told you I wasn't doing good, you wouldn't do nothing about it and you wouldn't give a shit. Don't ask a nigga how you been. Just say what's up. Good to
Mm.
see you, my nigga. Good to be seen. Keep it moving.
Mm.
All that, hey, how you doing? How you been? Fuck out of here with that shit. I don't got time to hear how you been. Cause really, I want the best for you, but I don't got time. I got my own fucking problems, my nigga. And if I see you, I can sense things are going good. Your hat, your juice, you're doing good. The pink letters on your hoodie are shining.
That's
You're
dope.
doing good. I don't have time. And if you are doing bad, I'm not the, if you want some advice, cool. But bro, people don't have time for your negativity and your depression.
Complaint. That's real. So before we get to, you know what we're here for, man. I've been excited for that. There's a song with Slug, and I just kind of want to touch
The
into that.
gatekeeper,
Yeah,
the gatekeeper
you
rapist.
know that was coming. How did that relationship? I mean, you being in the game for
He's not at all neither one of those things. That's my brother, and I can't believe some of the things I read on Twitter
yeah,
about these fucking idiots.
yeah,
But that's because, you know, when you point the finger, you got three more pointing back at
yeah,
you.
yeah. How that relationship come up about this first song y'all have together?
Me and Slug, how our
Mm,
relationship come about? I
yeah,
known that nigga for 30 years.
yeah. This the first song y'all ever did?
No, hell no.
No,
He was on my first album, B-Boy, D-Boy.
or
What's the World Coming to? Slug's always been.
'99, right? Was it the first album? What
Me and
year?
Slug are good friends. Me and Slug are good friends because we haven't been good friends. We fought, we argued, not fight, but we've argued. We haven't talked for years. The only way relationships can become solid relationships is by disagreeing and having disagreements and fallouts. If you and your homie ain't never fell out, y'all niggas ain't homies.
That's real.
Just like if you ain't never been punched in the face, you need to shut the fuck up. You ain't no fighter.
Yeah. So the
If
reason
you
why
ain't never had your ass kicked, you can't fight.
the, the reason I asked that is right. You know, you kind of touched up on it. A lot of times, and you can say as much as you want. A lot of times, in the music scene out here, we we point the finger at atmosphere in them or rhymes here, whatever the case may be. Do you feel as though, because you know, I look at other cities, I see the influence, I see somebody picking somebody up, and it's kind of like a chain, right? Do you think though they could have done a better job representing? Because this is a culture, right? You look at hip hop as a
Fam,
whole.
fam. Do you understand that it's the biggest independent label in hip hop history?
Yeah.
Do you understand that they did Soundset, the biggest festival in hip hop history for an independent label, and let all local acts pay them thousands of dollars to perform every year and lit the city on fire? Brought DMX, Wu Tang Clan, the nigga Takeoff was at the Valley at State Fair. You know what I'm saying? DMX was at State Fair. Ti was at State Fair. Rest in peace, Ti, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Ti's not dead. But what I'm saying is, he's dead to me ever since he snitched.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, they have done more for hip hop than anyone shitting on them has. So, so, because they didn't help you or what? You know what I'm saying? I texted before I came here. Some told me text Jay Plaza. I said, man, we need to do something. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something just because it's awkward, it's odd. You know how to run social media. I'm learning. I got the bars. He's like, well, I don't know if I can keep up with you. I'm like, shut up, nigga. You're kind of running out here. And it's not, I don't want to, the reason why is just because he's kind of the face of what it is now. So, not the face, but I'm saying people, what's the one nigga that did the song Dissing Everybody?
That's my brother Loey Blaze.
He ain't your brother no more, nigga. I'm gonna kill that nigga. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm saying, I get his tactic and it's cool. And he was popping for 48 hours.
Yeah.
I get it. But there's strength in numbers, man. There's one thing we can learn from other cities, man. What city is really has lack of identity right now? That was running shit. New York City, because nobody's working with each other. Nobody's there. When I look back and I see that Rakim never did a song with Cool G Rap, Biggie didn't do a song with Wu Tang Clan, like that shit. That shit builds up. Niggas is too good for each other, and now New York City is not on top and it's not thriving, and everybody's a op. But who works with everybody? ATL, Miami, and Texas, and that's who's popping because it's strength in numbers.
So let me give you a perspective, and let me know if this is kicking in right. So I'm gonna give you two different things. Look at TDE, right, and then look at OVO, right. Drake is top of the line, the best we've seen so far, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? But you look at his team, there's nothing, right? Maybe Party Next Door might be the next one that's knocking. But look at TDE, right? I mean, everybody in that camp is able to hold their own, right?
No, no, no. It's not OVO versus TDE. It's Young Money versus TDE. TDE ain't fucking with Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne, nigga. That's who you compare TDE to. Drake OVO is just some shit that nigga started on the side. That nigga's Young Money.
So I say that to say, do you think no Rhyme Sarah could
you
have
think
brought
Absol can beat Nicki Minaj in a rap battle?
debatable,
It's
right?
debatable.
Debatable.
I got my money on Nicki. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm
Absol-
saying that to say you look at the last 20 years, the underground rap scene in the Minneapolis area, and this is just my perspective, right? You know, I look at other camps.
old niggas perspective. You look at the last 20 years, Go
It,
ahead.
I think they could have
When you were 9,
they could have picked up a lot of local acts. It's cool that having sound set is good, having all that glamorous, everything is beautiful, right? But to the city or like you talked about earlier, growing, you're somebody picking somebody up. Prof is maybe the biggest one from the city they put out there, right? I just think it could have been a better job, especially running the game for 20 years. Looking at what TDE did 10 years, right? I mean, you look at the K Dots, Absol,
I
SZA.
think TDE though is their own worst enemy as well. Where's the music? Like what the fuck, man? TDE, we gotta wait 9 years for an album every fucking time. Fuck them niggas. Like fuck, I need 9 Schoolboy Q albums.
Yeah.
I'm still listening to the mixtape when he was on the cover in black and white. What's that one shit?
The one with the studio.
That shit was hard. That's his hardest shit. Nigga ain't top that. The one, the Ghostface, the face when he was in the junkyard.
Mm.
We got strawberry. We got nutmeg in this one.
No, sir.
You got one of them seeds.
One of them seeds. One of
See,
them seeds.
yes, sir. But I was just kind of giving you a perspective of where.
Well, you know what, man? Jay-Z could have did Rockefeller better. Nas could have signed more artists from Queens. TDE could have. We need more music. Why does Absol drop every 19 years? Why is SZA the best artist on their label? You know what I'm saying? Like we all have these why didn't the RZA let other outside producers help make? And then we had to listen to Iron Flag and the W and them lackluster ass Wu-Tang albums. Like it's easy for us to sit back.
Yeah.
Muja, how come you don't just do everybody? Everybody has an opinion with everybody else. We could do that all night.
Yeah.
I think what Rhyme Sayers did was historical and monumental, and I think that I won't tolerate any disrespect with Rhyme Sayers or as long as I'm in the room. I'm not that I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm just gonna not talk to you. I'm gonna fucking go over there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You start dissing Kobe Bryant, Eminem, Bill Cosby. I'm gonna fucking. We not gonna. Michael Jackson. This conversation's over.
Yeah. That's dope.
You want to diss R. Kelly? Well,
That's a different.
you might have a point, but I did like his last album. Even though he said he didn't do it, that shit fucked me up.
Wow, then, man. Listen, I had a dope conversation with you. I learned a lot. So I got something for you right there, right? I just want to give you your flowers.
I just want to say I've done a few podcasts in my time,
Yeah.
and this is maybe the most professional. I get a gift bag. Is there an iPhone 14?
You
Because
can.
I only got 2 cameras on my iPhone.
Yes, sir.
And I'm tired of seeing niggas with 3 cameras on there.
I love that. You can pull it out. I just want to give you your flower, man. Like I said, you're somebody I've been looking up to. You, my brother Meta, Greg Grease, man. I really, really put y'all out there, to be honest with you. And I know my brothers look up to y'all
Me,
too.
Mella, and Greg Grease. What's the first TDE?
That's real. There ain't no lie.
Like that's what what I'm saying. Why didn't they put out an album together? How come? Where the fuck is J-Rock? Like, fuck them niggas, bro. And I don't mean that like fuck them. I just mean like musically. Like, what the? Why do artists starve the fans?
That's real.
And then but a nigga like goddamn it, the Baby drops a song every goddamn week. We gotta listen to Megan Thee Stallion, but J-Rock is somewhere in the Bahamas.
I like that perspective. That's why I brought you here. Messiah Mondays.
No disrespect to J-Rock, I didn't mean fuck you niggas, cause them niggas is real. I hung out with them niggas, real gangsters. I love y'all niggas, but I'm just saying we need some music.
We need more music. Well, listen, like I said, that's why I brought you here. Y'all know why he's here, man. My brother, DJ Mac Tim's, got a beat queued out for you. We've been waiting for this. I'm excited for you to rip this off.
I specifically engineered and designed specific particular bars just for you, my brother.
I love that, man. Listen, man, I got my brother Muja Masai, one of the greatest, crazy pen game. A lot of respect.
You sabotaged me with the strawberry seeds, though. Now I gotta rap like DMX.
Get some juice right there. Like I said, my brother DJ Mac Tim's is in the building. Juice Lord in the building. My brother
Shout
Connor.
out Juice Lord, the reigning king of St. Paul.
You heard 651 in the building.
The reason why they love this nigga, besides the smile and the bars, is because he puts his people before him. And that's very important.
Yes, sir.
He's always talking about those who ain't there, the respect he never forgets, and he doesn't make it about him.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody loves Juice Lord.
That's love. My brother DJ Mac Tim's got to be ready. Muja Masai, 2 City, 1 mic.
Okay.
Minneapolis, St. Paul. We in the building. Let's go. Yes, sir.
Rest in peace, Plug 2 and MF Doom. One love to Maceo, salute to Paz the Noose. I'm a product of the Juice Crew, Nas and Woo. I had Protect Your Neck on cassette in 92. I ain't new to this shit, I'm true to this shit. You don't know? Better ask or Google the shit. I ain't stuck in the past, I'm a student of this rap shit. Used to cut class to puff grass and study all the classics. That's why I don't pay attention to your stupid ass rap list. Attach it to a cactus and use it for target practice. Your podcast trash and your girlfriend's unattractive. Springing into action, this is summer madness. El Padrino, what is mini ad rap shit? I just took a nap and I feel fucking fantastic. Old head, but I can still dunk and do a backflip. Still party hard and my dick is never flaccid. Stiff as a board like a corpse in a casket. No pork on my fork over north at the mast yet. I was on my way to hell in a handbasket. Fell asleep at the wheel getting head in traffic. Drastic. Ain't no thirst traps on my tablet, that's savage. I don't get distracted by them tactics, I'm a grown ass man. I ain't come to hold your hand, I came to plot and plan. On a scam to cop a plot of land, I shot the sheriff of Nottingham. I'll be goddamn, they lost the footage cause I shot the bullet in his body cam. You know the motto, live today like it's no tomorrow. Full throttle, speeding down Chicago, open bottle of Moscato, rolling weed in Afonso. I took the lead, I didn't follow, I did it all on my own like Michael McDonald. Shout out to my mijos, my primos, and my hermanos. White Hennessy, Tony Trouble, C.I. Banda, Eli, John Rico, and Delano. I turn rappers into fossils. Potholes in my lawn full of dead bodies and compost. My 16's like Christine in a Stephen King novel. Stomping mud holes in you cockroaches in my steel-toe zapatos. Calm down, Moo, you bugging. Why you out here talking like you thugging? Ain't you Muslim? Mind your fucking business. My religion is my business. Don't you ever in your life interrupt me till I'm finished. Okay, I'm finished. Psych, I go all night. And if we start at noon, I rap until you see the moon. Spring is sprung, the season's in full bloom. Thy kingdom come, Jesus is in the room, boy. You say I ain't in your top 3, how? I put out the most projects and the most freestyles. And I'm screaming free Omar in every freestyle. Until they free Omar from out the P now. 3's a crowd, drinks on the house. It's enough for me and you, girl, but you gotta kick them out. She said your wish is my command. Then she unfollowed her man on the gram. Damn. And I ain't never bought a dance at the strip club with a Glock in my hand like John Moran. And every shot is fatal. Drinking shots of Jamal, chopping yayo on the table. This that rock cocaine flow. Oh, almost lost my Kangol. Brooklyn Dark Entertainment. Elu Theory out now. Shout out Juice Lord. Thank you for having me. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Blood Smoke Body. Luis Niani. White Hennessy, what's good?
Crazy.
Messiah.
Yes, sir. Let's go. 2 cities, 1 mic. Muja Masai. Oh man, that's gonna top it off. And we out, man. Let's go.